Now, for certain tasks you might want ChatGPT to execute for you, you also might need to share data with ChatGPT. For example, here I have an AI text file locally on my system, which is simply a file that contains some text about artificial intelligence and how it evolved over the last years. Now, for some reason, this entire text is written in all lowercase characters. And I might want to use ChatGPT and Code Interpreter to properly capitalize this text, so that, for example, the first word of every sentence starts with a capital character. So therefore here I need to share this file with ChatGPT. Now, of course, you did learn that ChatGPT does not have access to your hard drive though. But thankfully, you can upload files to ChatGPT when using Code Interpreter. Because when using Code Interpreter, and only then, not in the other modes, but when using that, you have this plus button here, which allows you to upload a file. And you can therefore then, of course, use this button to select and upload a file. And there is a limit regarding the maximum file size you can upload here. At the moment, it's 100 megabytes. And whenever you do upload a file, which you now also could delete and re-upload if you accidentally uploaded the wrong file, but whenever you did upload a file, this file will automatically be taken into account by ChatGPT when it uses Code Interpreter. So this file is made available in that isolated execution environment provided by OpenAI. And therefore here we could then, for example, tell ChatGPT to convert the text in the uploaded file to properly capitalized text. And when we do that, again, ChatGPT will use Code Interpreter to generate and then also execute some code that does indeed use this file to capitalize the text in there. In this case here, it actually generated two separate pieces of code, and it did indeed try to use a library in that code that was generated that is not supported in this environment here. And as I mentioned before, fortunately, ChatGPT is then often able to detect the problem and fall back to an alternative solution, like it did here, where it then generated and executed some alternative code that also solves the problem. Now, that solution might not be as good as the first solution it tried. For example, here, when it comes to capitalizing the text, it's now using a simpler approach, which might not handle all edge cases, but it will produce a result, and often that result will be absolutely fine. As it is here, where I am indeed getting my properly capitalized text. Now, as you can see here, ChatGPT also actually detects that because it had to use this simpler alternative approach, certain special words, to be precise, acronyms that might be stored in this text, like NLP, were not capitalized. But it even asks me if it should enhance its solution to do that, and since we're sharing one single environment here across multiple messages, as you learned, I can simply say, yes, please also capitalize acronyms and nouns. And with that, ChatGPT will again produce some new code that takes the result from before into account and that does now aim to produce a better result. Here you see that it simply also now looks for AI, NLP, and GANs in our text, and that it will then manually transform all these words to uppercase variants of those words in the final text. And with that, NLP, for example, is properly capitalized.